Okay, day recap for Friday, January 16th, 2026. All right, so coming into a day like today, it's a weekend, or about to be the weekend, a long weekend. We're coming off of a week where, we had this massive move on Wednesday, massive move yesterday, on Thursday, 1,800 ticks between all that. So you come into Friday, and so how do you know which way we're going to go, up or down? This is pretty much new all-time high up here. The 20 is above the 200. So the way that I would measure this, because it's a little bit more noisy on the lower time frame, is on the 1 hour chart, I would draw my fibs, all right, from the top to the bottom, and this is going to be following Stoic's SBS model. But we see here that because this is now a new downtrend, right? This is going up, and now we've broken each of these, and so now it's already tapped on Thursday morning the 786. Anytime it taps the 786, my target is always the 382. Okay, and so my thesis is that this will be heading down to at least tap this, if not the 236. But the point is now we kind of have a general direction, a thesis, right? This would be basically invalidated if we cross up here, or more lower time frame. Immediately, it would definitely be crossed here. So this is kind of the plan going into the day. Let's look at the 7 o'clock hour. Nothing really happens. Let's zoom in, and obviously I have some levels here that I drew already. But looking forward to that. So we come in here on market open. It's on the 5 minute. Okay, so then we have our data box that I then use to inform how I draw my algorithmic fibs for the day. So we kind of have a general direction here. We have the previous day high is up here. So if it pushes up, this would be my ideal place to short, as far as if it pushes up. But if it just starts going down, I want to be able to catch that move as well. We'll just play it with one contract or 10 MNQs right now. So you kind of, let's play it forward a little bit, see what we do. Looks like we got to push down. It's not going forward for some reason. Here we go. Okay, so pretty clear push down here. So let's say we sold that. And again, where would I want to target? I would want to target down to the 382, which is all the way down here. Okay. Naturally, we may have a pop up a little bit, but instead it keeps pushing down. So here you can decide if you want to layer in or just let it go. Either way, you're going to be doing fine. And this just keeps dumping. So now we have it beginning to have a little point of resistance here, which is natural, this 1.5. And now here, what we want to see, if you want to enter, I would want to probably see it hit this resistance line right here. It doesn't, can't even make it that high, rejects down, and just keeps going. And we're going to hit that pretty quick, probably. Yep. I mean, massive play there. Within, an hour or less than an hour. Huge play. That would have been a 3K play. Of course, today it kept going lower. I would then be wanting to look down here because we have the previous day low and the 2 level and the 236 on the 1 hour fib would be the next point of interest for me to at least get some type of bounce. Looks like it's going to be bouncing here, but which it does bounce today, but my play would have been just this short. And again, going back to the market, It's based off of what this, even you just waited for the first hour, right? You have the first hour. Okay, we're for sure. We got the, if you aren't familiar with Stoics SBS model, I recommend you go check that out. Basically, you still would have a nice room to play here down to the 382, which it hits. And then it'll keep going down today. But yeah, so pretty, again, if you start off the day and you see coming into market open, take off all the drawings here. The bands are pretty tight. Generally, it's above the 20 and the 200, but it's been climbing all night long. So is it going to still have fuel to push up? It can, of course. It can do anything. But we just had a big dump, retrace a good chunk of it. We're near previous day high. It's a Friday. 1 hour, the thesis becomes, that we're now in this SBS model. We've tapped the 786. My target is to just look for a point of reversal to then say, okay, we're going to the 382. And so market opens. You have a push down. And this right here, so now it's below the 20. I would sell, pivot, goes back down. You could sell again. Keep your stops tighter, right? However much you want to risk today. So risking a little over a grand. But the profit would be down here. 382 would be the safe play. And it would just keep going. So that would be my play for today.